Jumping back on real fast in case for a few people on the last one that said that they wanted to um so they wanted it to keep going, but I can't keep it going. But I'll keep going for about 5 minutes. If anyone wants to jump on and take over, I'll repeat. I'm posting this on Twitter. Let's see. Hi, Luke. Any interest in taking this over? Let's see. Do I also have- Well, can't run it. All right. I'll sit here for a little bit, see if anybody jumps in and wants to take it over. I'm just trying to announce it for a few people. I don't know how many people checked out. Ty, you found it. You want to take over? Hey, you ready to take this thing over?
Uh, yeah, sure.
All right, because I got to run, but I'm glad you're here. Take over, Luke's. You can talk to him in the comments if you want.
All right. Someone else needs to join though, but I think if someone else will join, I've got faith in the community. They'll show up.
Okay. All right, man. Peace.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so how does this even work? Luke, jump in, bro. Yeah, I've got too many things open. All right, so should probably get the YouTube thing open, shouldn't I? This is the UK takeover of this little corner. To join, you have to say "God save the King." Okay, let's check the YouTube. Alright, Grizzlies have got a live stream going, so that probably means we've got very few people here. So what I'm going to do is maybe turn this into a 1v1. Don't even know how to highlight streams. Right. Ezzy, what's good, bro? How you doing? Come join me. Come join me. This is the UK takeover. Let's try that. I've got a lot more respect for anyone that's ever done one of these because this is so strange. And all the Twitch streamers, well done to them because just talking to the camera is not an easy thing to do. Andrew, thank you for saving me.
How's it going, Tyler?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Just woke up.
Oh, what time is it over there?
10. A little late, but you know.
Late night?
Yeah. My sleep schedule's all screwed. I took like a hour-long nap at 7, and then I just couldn't go to bed at like 11, which is when I usually go to bed. So I just stayed up till like 4.
Was it a productive all-nighter or was it just...
So my time from 7 to 11 was completely unproductive. So from 11 onward, I was like, shoot, I gotta get some work done.
Yeah. That moment of realization where you're like, wait, a few hours have gone by. What have I done?
Uh-huh. How about you, Kyle? How is last night and today going?
Well, it's currently 10 past 6 p.m. over here. So today's my last day here because I'm moving tomorrow morning, which the move has been delayed again and again and again, but finally got finalized for tomorrow morning. So
Awesome.
busy, but I've also been off work, so it's been nice to not have to wake up worrying about logging into work and all that comes with it.
Yeah. Where are you moving to?
London.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Manchester to London. So I'm currently in the north of England, moving down to London, southeast. What's your plan for the day?
I've got chem lab, and then I have a midterm tomorrow evening, so I've gotta study up for that.
How much studying have you done thus far for said?
Just about nothing. So, you know. I guess I really have to work today, huh?
All right, so the last thing you should be doing is jumping on live streams. Sounds like you've got a lot planned. What's the schedule? Have you got a study buddy? What's the plan?
No, I don't really have a study buddy. I kind of need to like go through the lectures again because there's some points in my notes where I just like don't have anything. And the good thing is that the quiz is online, or the midterm's online. Okay. So I can work on it with friends in my class. So, you know, it's not too bad.
We love those ones.
Yeah.
What we used to call them at uni? Something test, not pop test, but yeah. Whenever we got an online test, it's just a group of 6 people.
Yeah.
We've always got an expert. We've got a maths expert, a thermodynamics expert, and yeah. Those are when is that? Tomorrow?
Um, pretty sure it's around 6 in the afternoon. So
All right, you've got a bit of time leading up to
Uh-huh.
evening.
Yep.
Yes, we're back. I'm not sure how to highlight the comments or bring them up to screen, but is that true? And you did nothing.
Um, nothing but steady. Yeah, I mean, man.
It kind,
it,
it kind of comes with the territory of being a full-time student.
mhm.
Goes without
Yeah.
saying.
I mean, lecture I can do, homework I can do, studying, man. You're killing me. It's my time off.
So you do not enough study. That's the problem. It's not that you do nothing but studying. I believe the link is pinned on. Yeah, it is. So if anyone else wants to jump in, join the conversation. It's like I'm doing a radio show. I've lived that college life, Goff said. Yeah, me too. College times were simpler times.
Mm.
What college are you at, Andrew? Where about?
UCLA.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right next to where Jacob is. So yeah, it's pretty neat.
So you must have met quite a lot of people in real life from this little corner.
Not really. Have I met anyone? No, nothing too much. There's like a club on campus, the Orthodox Christian Fellowship, that's like really into Peugeot. But other than that, you know.
Arthur Bros. I thought that was like will you be attending the event in Chino?
I know. I really want to, but like, it's also right in the middle of the quarter, so I might have midterms.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
Prioritizing. I respect it. Well, I've actually got quite a few people watching.
Mm. Do you drink coffee, Ty?
I do not. Never have.
Wow.
I can't get past. I had a maths teacher in secondary school who just smelled of coffee every day. Smell burnt into my memory in a way that I don't care to. So yeah, not a fan. But I'm British, so tea. Even with that, I barely drink. So, but I'll do tea over coffee any day.
Yep.
What is that? What's fueling your education? Coffee.
Yeah, that's how you survive, especially during midterm season, you know? I've got
Yeah.
beans, but no grinder. So, I gotta use these like pods or whatever.
You grind your own beans.
I wish I did, man. I've got no grinder. Well, there's a grinder at home, but, what can you do?
Improvise.
Yeah.
David says Peugeot Systems 2 totalizing. It's got an explanation for everything. Whose
I don't know,
system?
man.
Whose system would?
He's got some holy mysteries in there. I'll tell you what.
Hello. Yeah. I used to watch this guy called DJ Academics do Twitch streams where he would just be on camera speaking for hours and hours. I don't know how anyone does it. I really don't, because I forget that I'm on stream and just get lost in thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think silence is good.
With that chicken sound and the view we're getting, it sounds like it's taking on the. It's hilarious.
I assure you, it's just coffee.
Garth said it was dripping in it. Did watching the Thunder Bay stuff interest you in Chino? Sort of turned me off. Why did that sort of turn you off, Beavers? Let me know more. Did you watch the Thunder Bay stuff, Andrew?
Yeah. Pretty
What
much
did you
all
make?
of it.
Which ones did
What'd you say?
what I presume? Which ones did you watch?
I watched Peugeot, Vervaeke. I didn't watch his meditation one. And then the dialogues with Vervaeke and Vanderklay, and then Peugeot and Meyendorf, I think is his name.
I don't remember his name, but yeah, I don't.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. I'm very grateful for Peugeot's conversation with Mindor. You know, it's like taking the two extreme ends and clashing them right up against each other. Yeah.
The two extreme ends. Cleve said it was very academic, less relationship, which is what this corner is. I don't know if I thought it was very clear in the conversation with involving the four of them that there was relationship between three of the four, because they were speaking on a different plane. It took, I don't remember his name, but the other guy, the local professor, took him a while to sort of get familiar with the conversation, but I thought he did pretty well as well. Some of it struck me as still thinking talking / abstract / esoteric. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair criticism of anything that this little corner produces.
Yeah.
There's always just a little bit too much thinking talky. It gets esoteric very quickly. Yeah. But that's what I find interesting about this medium that we're broadcasting this message to. Like, it's so. I was speaking to Jacob about that yesterday. The medium just sucks attention. YouTube's designed to just keep you watching the next stuff and keep you engaged. But the mission seems to be to get people off the internet and remember Embody. I guess I want less academic, more giant estuary meetup. I don't think a giant estuary meetup works. The estuary needs to be small so you can. I do agree with you that it needs to be more relationship of cleavers, but I don't think you can build a relationship with like a giant estuary meetup. Then it just becomes like mega churches do small groups to get over that problem, and estuary is already a small group. So if you get estuary too big, you're gonna have to start making small groups out of the big estuary group. Not making sense. But I do also want less academic and more relationship. What do you make of the projects that are going on in this little corner, Andrew? Which ones grab your attention? Which one are you paying the most attention to?
It's kind of funny. I'm not really tuned into this little corner as much. Like, me joining Jacob's stream for the first time is like my first little toehold into the actual community. Before that, I just watched the videos. For the little projects, I do like the just chatting streams. You know, it's like extended cognition for anyone who wants it.
That's good, Brandon. Jacob, take that. Well, Mo, the organization, take that clip and run with it. Extended cognition for whoever wants it. That's brilliant.
Even just getting your thoughts out there is like good, you know, just like writing stuff down or speaking, you know. Yeah. I'm very appreciative of what Jacob's doing, you know, like talking with Father Stephen and, you know, Hebrew Bible study and whatnot. It's excellent. Honestly, though, I think we are united in dealing with the meaning crisis, not so much, you know, if we... From this whole meaning crisis stuff, we've started like going back into our whatever faiths or traditions, whatever you want to call it. And some people have done that so much that they're getting back into, you know, theological infighting and, you know, you're wrong because of this. And I think that's just like sawing the branch that you're standing on, you know?
Okay, so I've got at least one. I know at least one person watching. I know who's not familiar with any of this thing,
Mm.
little corner. So,
Mhm.
what would you say? How would you explain to someone who's not familiar what the meaning crisis is from your
Uh,
perspective?
um, in this little corner, we think of the meaning crisis as a loss of embodied, extended cognition. So, this little corner makes the point that most of our knowledge today is purely propositional. It's all in our head, right? Like, you see this with philosophy, right? Like the mind body, whatever distinction, how all your knowledge is in your brain, how, like, they'll say animals don't have cognition, therefore they're just like automatons, you know? Um, what this little corner is trying to recover is that embodied sense of cognition. So we have a cog sci professor named John Vervaeke who will point towards conformity, right? I feel the cup, I also feel through the cup, right? You have all sorts of participatory traditions that are being recovered or even created, such as like Jonathan Peugeot is going into Orthodox Christianity. Vanderklay is going into the Reformed tradition of Protestantism. You have John Vervaeke is he mentions all sorts of things. He's got his toe into all sorts of different waters, but you know, Tai Chi and Neoplatonism come to mind. So yeah, we're all just trying to address the loss of extended embodied cognition in our own different ways. And because of that, we're starting to get some inter-tradition dialogue, right? Like, it's because of this response to the meaning crisis that I can talk about Christ with Jacob, and both of us kind of understand what each other mean, you know? Yeah, any questions?
I think thank you for that, because I always find it interesting to see what someone else's perspective of this little corner is. And the meaning crisis, it's a term that gets thrown around, and I think it's good to get people vocalizing what it is. And we've got a few in the comment. Fleavish says making well, I think it meant meaning. Meaning crisis is a loss of home. Modern wealthy Westerners struggle to find a place. We've got meaning crisis, the pit of nihilism and existential despair, where modernism leads. Oh, I love that. The pit of nihilism and existential despair, where modernism leads. People return to their childhood roots or go to something unknown, like Arthur Bruce. Oh, I don't think Arthur Bros is going back to something unknown. It seems to me they're trying to recover um, a more meaningful form and expression of their faith that's been diluted with modernism. orthodoxy is exotic, though in the West. Yeah, I'll agree with that. That's fair. It's it's getting a revival in the West. Well, online anyway. Let's see how embodied the author bros are 10, 20 years from now. Anna says, thanks, Andrew. Presume for explaining, giving a very good and very quick summary of TLC and the meaning crisis and pointing out the different players.
Yep.
Where are you off to now?
After class. But yeah, thanks to the compliment. I most of it was because I tried to get order more, and so my understanding of what we're doing is a lot more.
It's very repetitive. Yes.
Responding to the whole orthodoxy is exotic bit, I do think you're right. Like, so I'm a catechumen in the Coptic Orthodox Church. Coptic means Egyptian. It's like Greek for Egyptian. So, you know, it's ancient, it's exotic, it's just about as out there you can get, you know?
Yeah.
And honestly, it's been like a year and a half or so now. And sometimes it feels like I'm just breaking into the community, you know?
Wait, in what way? In terms of your understanding of the tradition, or in terms of how familiar you feel within the community?
I mean, I think I understand the dogma pretty well. It's just that, like, you know, there's all sorts of traditional practices that, like, I am not very experienced with, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so at the beginning, I did not chant at all. Like, chanting completely, you know, out of my mind. Maybe the Catholics do it a bit, but at an Orthodox service, it's pretty much all you do. You stand and you chant. That's the whole of it. Also, in the narthex, the entrance to the church, they have like icons where you can pray and light a candle. And I had never done that before. There were people standing there and praying, and then, oh, let's, you know, light this candle or whatever. And I was like scared to death that I would burn the church down. I had no idea what I would pray, you know? Like, the whole thing was new to me. And then like, culturally, it's like they speak Arabic, they eat, Coptic food. I do none of those things. I am like the most alien you can get. I'm half white, half Asian, So yeah, it's
So it's getting comfortable with the practicing of the traditions.
yeah.
I think food's a big part. Do you enjoy Middle Eastern food?
Yeah.
I think food's a good way to get embodied in our culture.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's interesting because when I had my little faith revival, I was fully convinced that I was the answer is to go to find the nearest Orthodox church and start embodying the practices, but there was none near me enough that would be feasible. And the first church that I went into, I ended up staying there for 2 years because that was where I felt I needed to be. So I'm still also curious, but also um I'm sobered on the thoughts that joining Orthodoxy would fix everything.
Yeah. So
So you might always be the alien. They would
yeah.
know.
Yeah. If I have to, that's how it is.
Hey,
Yeah. Like St. Paul. Hopefully I can be like St. Paul. I don't know.
that's a good goal to it, I think.
What are you doing though, with respect to like Christianity? Have you?
I am at a stage now where
What'd you say?
I'm fully convinced of the truth of Christ. Like uh, propositionally, I'm 100% convinced of the truth of Christ. Now, in terms of what it means that He's resurrected, I think the church has been trying to figure that out, and I think I've got a part to play in that. But I don't think we'll come to the full realization of the resurrection until we So I'm at a stage where I think to find faith in a church. I think that now I didn't think it was, but now I think that's important. Which tradition that will be? I think Protestants are like on the edges. They serve as that's where all of the weird experimentation takes place. And I feel at home in that tradition. Where yes, there will be a lot of wackiness that will be like, oh, come on, guys. But another thing that Protestants are really good at is like I've been fighting about watching what is and isn't allowed. So there's an old branch of Christian YouTube where all they do is talk about which doctrines, which traditions. So I take comfort in knowing that there'll be people as the week grows, the gardeners pulling out the weeds. And that's where
Make sure you embody though.
that's it. See, this the last week has been the first time that I've not had a church to be moving in. So it's been really strange because for like 2 years, the thing has always been at least every Sunday you got church to go to. And this past Sunday I didn't, and it was interesting. But yeah, I am now fully convinced of the importance of participating in a church.
Awesome.
Like before this little corner, I thought I could just Christian my way all by myself. But yeah, embody. Remember embody.
Yeah.
We've got comment. Anxiety over feeling the need to pick the right team can be counterproductive. I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah. The first time I was looking for an Orthodox church, I just searched up Orthodox churches near me, and it's not my fault that a Coptic one was the closest.
You know, I don't know if we could ever, but I wish we could find a way to detail how many people in this little corner I've searched Orthodox Christianity. Because I'm willing to say it's more than 60% of people. Because I'm part of that as well. I've also entered those words into the search.
Yeah, I've been going to Vespers a lot. Mostly just
What?
I've been going to Vespers, or it's like evening prayers before the Eucharist. A lot, just because my catechism is at that time, you know. So I've been slowly picking up the chants, you know. And and last week, one of the deacons, there was like usually as you get further into the night, like more and more people leave. So there's like one of 3 deacons there, and maybe some children. So one of them just like gestures towards me, like, get up here, you know, come chant with us. And I was like, oh my gosh. So it was a nerve-wracking night, but I am glad it happened.
Yeah, that sounded really cool. Like it sounded like a almost like a welcoming you into the team. You're part of the.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The chanting sounds weird to my Protestant, but hey, we also do weird things. We use rock music to evoke similar feelings. How far away is your campus from your dorm?
Usually it's like a 15-20 minute walk to class.
Yes.
So most of the time I try, scheduling my classes near one another, and then just staying on campus.
UCLA, do they have a good college basketball?
Yep. It's very popular.
Yeah. Do you go to the games? Are you into sports at all?
I've gone to a couple. Most of the time, the line just like gets huge. People start lining up like the night before.
Oh wow!
Yeah. They camp out, legit.
What?
They got tents and everything. It's crazy.
For college sports, America's a very strange place.
Yeah.
If we get 10 people to watch my uni football team, soccer team play, it's a good day. You've got people camping out the night before. So
Yeah, it's mad.
it's a mission to get tickets, I would presume.
Yeah. Sometimes like one of my roommates is like really, really big on it. So sometimes I just like cut the line. Other times, the line's just huge. It like wraps around the block and goes out into the street. Absolutely crazy. And people camp out there too.
Yeah. I like sports, but I don't think there's any ticket. Even the World Cup final, I would not. If they required camping out, I can watch on TV.
Yep. Yeah. The more you look at it, the more you realize that like sports is what's holding the country together.
You know what? I think the same about this country. Like, if religion means binding, sports is definitely religion. Because
Yeah.
binds a country.
Yeah,
Embodied
my,
virtue.
my roommates talk sports, like in their free time, like
Yeah.
players and whatnot, and I'm like, you're not gonna do anything with that knowledge, like. What are you gonna do? Tell the coach to pick this guy or something?
I couldn't tell you how many months, years of my life I've spent talking about which player deserves to start over which player, having zero impact on real life decisions, but there is something to it. It's I think sport tool recognizes the participation in a story,
Yeah.
and we get to talk about the characters and who would be a more desirable, what the values required to get success. It's all very symbolic.
Look at
Sport
this.
is a domesticated form of ritual violence.
Do you see the chipmunk or squirrel?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, they're crazy here on campus.
Those are bold. Those are like London pigeons. That's a lot of courage.
Yeah. One of them tried to steal a pizza from me. Legit. Like I was sitting at a table eating my pizza and it like runs up, scampers onto the table. Crazy.
That was probably Theodore. Sported or domesticated from a ritual violence. So yeah, it might be around that. Yeah, I see. I'm much glad that I exist in a time where it's a got sports instead of ritual violence. I'll take the domesticated sport. It's a lot more fun to talk about. Since Andrew's about to go to class, if anyone else wants to join and keep me company for the next 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I've got maybe 8 minutes left on me.
All right, I'll take that.
Today we're doing acid-base titrations or whatever.
Titrations.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always funny when doing them because, like, the first part you just like let the titrant go. It's flowing down. Your pH meter is moving bit by bit.
Yep.
And then you you slowly get to the mark and it just shoots up and you're like, shit, I missed all my data.
I did A-level chemistry, which is, I don't know what, I think that's high school chemistry, and titration was one of I still remember the class from the day, because the teacher warned us that no one's going to enjoy this, it's going to be frustrated, and it was exactly as it predicted. Just a bunch of people going, I missed it.
Yeah. So the first time I did one of these, I got like a really weird burette. It would like only go one drop at a time. So the first part of the lab, I was just sitting there, with the burette going bloop, 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 and so
ASMR dripping, if you will.
uh-huh. And so, like, an hour into this thing, and I haven't even reached the first titration curve. Everyone else is like, they've got their horrible data. So I'm just like wandering around, seeing what like an actual titration would look like. And I come back to mine, and it's like I catch it as it's shooting up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I waited this long, and I lost all my data right as I got there.
The moment you leave it first, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like frying plantain. Similar technique required. If you leave it for just a second, you go from brown to black very quickly. Is Andrea Biola with Richard? Now UCLA. Where is Biola? That was in California.
It's kind of near here. A lot of kids in my high school I know went there. I think it's like a Bible college, but I'm not too sure. You can ask Richard.
Join Toby.
Every once in a while on campus, you'll see like forgotten parts of it, So
Exploring.
Right now, I discovered like a crazy study spot. There's just like kids all lined up.
Oh, I do miss stuff about being at uni. Those cool spots.
Yep.
It's a Christian uni, but as other subjects, they quite interesting. I know it's got it's really big with it's full of creative things. Because Chad, come on in, brother. Yeah, one of the guy that does documentary filmmaking class, he went to Biola, and he speaks Italian. Hi, Chad. Howdy. Enjoy the work, brother. Chad is tired. The stream of Chad doing his basement tiles was one of the repeated things I've seen on YouTube. Yes, every time I join the stream, it's transformed into a different thing. It's like, wow, slowly watching the process. I was really cool.
Yeah. I think Jacob's got like a Magic the Gathering channel now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What is it calling it? Meaning the Gathering or something like that? It was trying to explain that to me. I spoke to him yesterday.
Yeah.
It sounds interesting. Like a different sort of estuary.
There's a little bird hopping around here. Crazy. My granddad is really into like bird watching.
Really?
He's got calls and everything.
Oh, so it would be able to tell what type of bird that is.
Yeah. I think it's a finch. I'm not too sure. Small one.
When I go for a run in the morning in the woods, my favorite thing is getting up there, taking off my headphones, just listening to the birds early as the sun's rising.
Yep. Yeah. I think they have like recorded bird noises here at UCLA.
Really?
Yeah, they hide them in the trees and whatnot. It's crazy. If you look hard enough, you can see like the little audio boxes.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So you're saying
Uh,
I don't know why, but that's given me some dystopian Hunger Games type arena. But
Yeah.
they've built this scene where it's
yeah.
I get the the good intentions behind such a thing, but the perversion feels very sinful.
Yeah, you can tell because like all the bird noises are the same. You know, like they play it in one tree and then you hear it in another, and it's the exact same thing.
Yeah. Oh, lost Andrew. But yeah, the artificial bird noises, that's a no from me. Less bird poop on property. Ah, yeah. But I think at a time you'll realize where the loop starts and your brain will figure out, okay, it's like a 2-hour loop of bird noises, and this is where it starts. All right, thanks, Andrew. Thanks for keeping me company. I'll stay on for about a few more minutes, see if anyone joins. But I think we've done well. And how? Thanks for peace. Bye. La familia. La famiglia. I'm gonna jump off this in a minute as well. Need your savings for us before walking to class. Peace and love. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Bye.